Did you know that 51% of all turns in traffic are right turns? Well, now that we got that out of the way, I consider myself to be, I mean, a team player, just the ultimate team player. And I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what anybody has to say about that. I am. I have my part to play, and I play it damn well. I might not be always the one who plants the bomb or captures the flags, but I'm right there with people. I don't push alone. I'm not a greedy bastard. Sometimes I am. I'll have to admit that. But hey, I'm as human as any other guy. But when I see a team actively pursuing all the flags, actively working to plant the bombs, just actively being active, you know, just working the map to the best, as best as they can. I'm right there with them. That just inspires me to become a better player. I mean, how couldn't you be inspired? I mean, when those times I have played with like really good teams, and I mean really good teams, like when I've played with people who knows how to play, that has only inspired me to play, to just overcome my own standard, my own, you know, just push the limits of how good I really am. Because when I end up in a team that just doesn't care, that they don't stick together, they don't care about teamwork, they just, you know, they just camp in their spawn, and then they start bitching about getting spawn camped, although they're camping in their spawn, and you know, they're writing, oh, you're a hacker, when they're just getting owned by people who actually know how to play. You know, I mean, those teams, no, my tolerance level, it just says no, I can't. I mean, I don't understand the logic at all. So when I see somebody, so when I play with a good team, I immediately get better. And when I see that my team is just working, just doing horrible things to the enemy, just, you know, just capturing every flag, just planting every bomb, everything's just going so smoothly, I immediately follow. I guess I'm inspired by a good team, and I'm unmotivated by a bad team. Which is, that's actually something that I don't like that much. That I guess I'm very dependent on my team for me to be good. Like if I end up in a good team, I have ridiculously good stats the entire game. But if I end up in a bad team, I just don't care. I mean, why should I? My team doesn't care. Why should I care? It's not fun for me. It's not. It's not fun being with a team that doesn't care, that doesn't, I don't know. But when you end up in those with those people who actually know how to play, and everything's just going smoothly, that's a dream. That's really just it's undescribable, really. If you haven't played in those teams, if you haven't played with people who knows how to play, you've missed out on something. I actually applied for a clan in Bad Company 2, but this was before the last patch, I think. And it was in the last patch where everything got fucked up. I mean, I don't know. It seems to me that the hit registration is even worse now. Especially if you're sniping. I mean, I have a friend who's constantly sniping. His favorite gun in the game is the M24. and he's noticed that a lot of times, that when he's shot somebody, and trust me, this guy doesn't miss. If he misses, it's either because he's too stressed out, you know, there's like 50 guys on him, all shooting him at him at once, or if he's having a bad day, which, hey, everybody has a bad day. But if he misses, well, if he, when he's taken a shot that I know that he couldn't have missed, and then he says, well, I missed, then he didn't miss, then it was the game that didn't register the hit, which sucks. A game not registering what is happening in the game, that's retarded. Come on, if a game is not working, that kind of defeats the whole point of playing. But yeah, he's taken a lot of shots, and he's shot people, and he's seen, you know, blood gushing from them. He's seen that, you know, when you hit somebody, their body kind of, you know, flinches. It kind of, you know, they kind of move all spastically. It's a fucking catastrophe. But yeah, those times when the game works, and when I end up with a good team, that's just, oof, we make magic. That is just art. What we do with the opponents is just art. And I'm right there in the fry with them, just covering their backs, covering them when they're capping flags, because that's really my role in first-person shooters. I noticed that in Modern Warfare 2, actually. Now that was a shitty game. That is a shitty game. Oh god. Anyways, let's continue before I just jump out the window or something. My role in games, or in FPSs rather, multiplayer FPSs, and especially in objective-based modes, is not so much to capture flags and plant bombs and all that, as much as it is to cover people who does it. I'm no pro with games, but I consider myself to be fairly decent at shooting. But I've always thought that I have some kind of ability to know where all the opponents are, because, well, I guess maybe that's universal. You know, when you've played a map really, many times. I'm talking, you've played a map a lot, and you've kind of learned, you know, all the different routes that people take, all the most popular ones. You've learned where all the spawns are. You've learned where popular camping spots. You've learned what people do in a certain situation, and the more you know, the more you can kind of adapt when shit is happening. And that's kind of my thing. As soon as I see that somebody's capturing C, I immediately think, well, maybe that's just a diversion for them to take B. So I kind of, you know, stay put, and just when I said it, B starts flashing as well. And I also count how many seconds every player that I've killed has left before they respawn. So if I kill somebody, the average time for a respawn in Bad Company 2 is about 7 seconds. That's approximately it's about approximately 7 seconds, isn't it? 5 to 7. So I'm counting the time at the same time I'm going around and killing people. So when those 7 seconds or 5 to 7 seconds are up, I know that there's one more guy in the game gunning for me, and then I can react accordingly. And that's how I play. I try to stay one step ahead of the enemy at all times. I try to just think ahead, just try to see what their next move is going to be. And it's actually surprisingly simple. I mean, you'd think that since you're not facing a clan or something, that they'd be all, you know, random and incoherent, and you're like, what's going on? What could these random players have in mind? Well, turns out that random players are random only in name, because random players on internet are just actually very predictable. They'll do the same thing over and over again and not switch their gameplay as much. Clans on the other hand, now those guys, those guys, you can film one of their matches and you can study them for hours and they'll still beat you with some unorthodox strategy the next game. And that's really how I tend, or rather try to play. I mean, I'm really a shit player, but I try to be as quirky and as odd as possible. I try to, like, if there's, for example, this barn, instead of taking a route that I might feel like it's the easiest one to cover, I might sweep back and come through the backside. And, yeah, and you know, deal a little damage from the back door, rather than just, you know, charging in like a grunt through the door that I suspect they might have on lockdown, that they might cover. And usually my strategy or my gameplay, my way of playing, it takes a little longer to, you know, to capture a flag or to kill somebody, but the reward is that I survive. And it's worked so far, so I can't really say that it isn't working. Because, I mean, I really wish I was like a pro. I wish that every time I join a game, everybody would be like, holy shit, it's the fogs! And people would be like, whoa, it's Foggy Fishburne. We gotta get out of here. We won't stand a chance. And there would be like this universal terror whenever anyone would see my name. People just scatter and run, because there's no point. There's no point. As soon as I enter a game, it might as well be game over, man. It might as well be game over, because I'm just that good. Wishful thinking, unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe someday I'll become that unstoppable pro. And I often think, well, what's the point? I mean, if you're the best, well, you know, that's fine being the best, but sounds kind of boring, huh? I mean, owning every game. Oh, he's in the window! He's in the window! Is this where I tab down? I think this is where it, yeah. This is where I think the antivirus system picked something up, and I tabbed down and I got stuck in this little crevice, this spot, this unmovable spot. Look, I can't. Look, I mean, it's wow. I haven't got this stuck in a place ever. I mean, seriously, I couldn't move. That was insane. But you know, that happens. That happens. You'll just have to adapt. Usually in those situations, I usually write in chat, you know, to a passing by recon or to assault with a grenade launcher or a tank or whatever, to just blow up the place I'm in, because thankfully you can blow up shit here. That's wow, I never thought that they could help in more than one way. Looks like I'm still tapped down, trying to fix the damn antivirus. Ah, you can see my arrow. Huh, cool.